You tread on, obviously, a very important and another precarious question. I've taken a lot of flack for many years that could have been avoided if I'd have been willing to say that I thought Tommy Robinson was a Nazi. And for my limited interaction with him, I don't think he is, I don't think he's a racist, and as I say, you pay a price just for not agreeing to call him the same names everyone calls him. But I don't think you should call people names that you don't think they are, so old-fashioned idea though that is. I think it's a bit tricky because it's an ongoing case. I think having been warned not to harass people who were going into court in one case, I thought it was very unwise of him, to put it no stronger, to be on another courthouse steps. And yes, he is on the video confronting some of the accused. We take in Britain the issue of reporting restrictions, I can tell you as a journalist, very, very seriously. Like, I don't know that there's any country that takes it more seriously. I mean, it's nothing like America. I never write on any ongoing trial because you basically can't. You can report the basics, but I haven't done it myself ever, but I've seen journalists who have trodden accidentally over the reporting restrictions wire, and hell comes your way. Because you could be responsible, it is thought, for the jury absorbing information they shouldn't have had access to, and then you could cause the trial to collapse, and then you have basically that on your conscience as well as the fines on your wallet. So I thought he shouldn't have been doing that. That said, the swiftness of the process against him, the terrible advice, as far as I can see, that he was given by the lawyer he was handed, who told him what turned out to be not the case, which is that if he pleaded guilty, he would get off. I mean, it goes on and on. I think all of this is contested, and I don't want to... There's one thing I have no doubt about in this, which is that, to some extent, at a quite senior level, Tommy Robinson's always been somebody who people have wanted to get. That he causes trouble. And the truth is, it's also worth remembering, in his EDL days, he did. I mean, like raising large groups of people is something I think is unwise anywhere, because you never know how the group is going to react, and there's a whole set of just unwise things to do. But, he's not... he wasn't going to start writing opinion pieces in the Wall Street Journal or something. So, I give him some flack. Like, what do you want him to do? It goes back to my question I said earlier. If you didn't go to the right university and have the right CV, are you allowed to care about the future of your country? And I think he's made endless numbers of mistakes and so on. But I also think that there's been this out to get him thing from the start, which I'm just, the footage I saw of him recently looked broken, as far as I could see. I mean, it's very hard. I mean, I've had a couple of friends who've been in very different circumstances, been in solitary confinement, and it's very, very hard. Very, very hard. And I think he, from what I could see, has suffered very badly from that. I don't know how this story ends with him. I think that the outpouring of international concern about it is a good sign in some ways, because it reminds people not to make a scapegoat of him. But he's just been dealt the most terrible set of hands by an establishment who, as I think I mentioned here when I was speaking in 2015, have never treated any radical imam with like a tenth of the dedication that they have poured onto the case of Tommy Robinson. They find that he's got a mortgage anomaly, and and he goes to prison on that, and I've got to be very careful what I say about it. As I say, it's an ongoing case, but some people have done a real number on him, and I just think it's appalling.